The first use case I wanted to show you is try to replicate these popular videos on like TikTok, Instagram Reels that has programmed these balls that are bouncing inside circles, making sounds and stuff. So these are kind of hard to code, but they are very easy to create using artifacts. Let me show you an example here, and then we can move on to Claude 3.5. Yeah, so you can hear these are playing these sounds each time the ball bounces off the edge of the circle, right? So let's head over to Claude and try to recreate this. Okay, one more thing before we get going. All the prompts you will see me using today will be uploaded to this GitHub repo here. You can find it in the link in the description if you want to replicate these prompts. So let's head over to Claude here and kind of go through the prompts I've been using for this and see how it turns out. So the first thing I did is I went over to Paint, because we want to use some visual prompts here too. So I just drew this circle, I created this ball, I put down 9:16 format canvas. The ball bounces back and forward when it hits the wall of the circle. So this is the image I created in Paint. I uploaded this, I followed up with the prompt. I've uploaded the image of a ball simulation I want to create in a React component. The canvas should be in 9:16 format. The ball should bounce back and forward when it hits the wall of the circle. Create the React component, please. And for that, we got the code you can see here. If we click on preview now, you can clearly see, okay, this looks pretty much like our paint light. We want to create this a bit more interesting, so I kind of follow up with the prompt. Great, now add gravity, so the ball is acting like a marble bouncing in a glass circle. Also add raining matrix background around the circle, filling the 9:16 canvas. So if you go to version 2 here, you can see, perfect. Now we have this matrix animation behind here. But if we load this again, you can see there's something wrong with the gravity here. It just bounces a few times and doesn't really go back and forward. So I followed up with, great, the only issue now is that the ball stops bouncing. This can happen. Fix this for our random ball bouncer project. Okay, so you can see the ball is bouncing again, but this is a bit boring. So I added up with more random bouncing, acting like an unstable marble in a glass circle. And then we got this. So this looks pretty good. So you can see now the ball is kind of bouncing all over the place. There's a random pattern, and that is perfect for what we want to do next. Now I want to add some sounds here. So I just go, great job. Add code to play the sound bb.mp3 each time the ball bounces off the circle wall, please. Okay, so we got that, but that was only one sound. But I kind of wanted to include 4 different sounds. So great, now add bb2, 3 and 4 mp3. The 4 sounds will play at random when the ball hits the wall. So this is gonna create like, it almost plays music, right? So the thing we need to do now is fetch our different sounds. And we can go to VS Code Studio, add the sounds to our public folder and actually play this. And listen how this turned out with the sound playing. And to generate these sounds, I just went to 11 Labs, sound effects, and I just put down BB major piano, A minor, and I created some piano sounds here. You can hear the sounds here. So these are the sounds we're going to use in our simulation. So I transfer the code over here to VS Code Studio, and now we can kind of run this locally, right? npm start, right? So when I click here now, we should hear the sounds playing. Yeah, so you get the idea. So I think this was pretty cool. Kind of stated exactly what I wanted, because we get these random sounds every time. And it's pretty cool, and you can upload this, just record it and upload this to any kind of platform if you want to show this off. So yeah, that is the first use case using artifacts. Next up is gonna be to show you how easy it is to add components to, let's say you have a JavaScript React website. So this is my website I created in the previous video. Don't forget to check out the ongoing competition we have. So this is a $100 bounty competition if you can kind of hack the password here in the LLM AI terminal here. So go check out the previous video if you wanna join and try to win the $100 bounty. But we want to add a component to my website. So let's head over to Claude Artifacts and show you how we can do that. So how I did this, I started with uploading all the files I kind of have for my website. So we have the website.js, we have app.js, hacker terminal, index, matrix, trail.js. So kind of all the big files I have around my front end of my website. I put in the prompt here. I'm not gonna read this one because, yeah, like I said, all the prompts are in my GitHub. You can find the link in the description below. So what I had in my mind for my website component was actually create some kind of thing using like the red pill and the blue pill scenario from the Matrix. So I wanted to include what Morpheus says. So you take the blue pill, the story ends. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland. So I wanted some kind of audio. I wanted the images of kind of these blue and red pills. So the user has to pick one of those and it should play some sound. And I also wanted to add some kind of streaming. So if you take a look at here now. So this was kind of the terminal streaming I wanted. So you can kind of see here. So the Matrix has you, and I wanted to display all of this into my JavaScript React website. And the user should kind of pick between the red and the blue pill. And what kind of pill he picks, he will get a different kind of voice, right? So basically, you can follow all the prompts I had here, but we ended up at the end here with something I was really happy with. I'm not going to go through every single line of code here, but like I said, I will upload the prompts in the GitHub. The final thing I wanted to do was to play a background sound music MP3 in the matrixgame.js. Add a hard-coded volume setting, please. And to kind of find the music I wanted, I went over here to Suno and I created, I think this was this song, so let's hear a bit of this. Yeah, I just put down the Matrix theme or something like that. And that was all I kind of wanted from my website. So I transferred all of this over to my VS Code Studio here. I added all the, so kind of the music, the background music here in the public folder, right? We have the voiceovers.
You take the blue pill.
Yeah, and you have the...
You take the red pill.
And we have the pill, right? And the blue pill and everything. So now let me show you how this turned out when I kind of added all of this to my website. So let me just fire up this and yeah, let's take a look. So here you can kind of see the production version of my website now. If we go to the experimental version, you can see we have a new thing here called Matrix Game. Let's see what happens now when I click on the Matrix Game menu tab here. Okay, so you can hear we're playing the music in the background and we get this streaming here, right? Pick up pill, please. So I'm gonna go with the red pill.
You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Yeah, and that was basically it. That's a simple component to add, but I thought it was pretty cool, and you can kind of shape this into whatever you want. So I guess this would have taken me a long time if I haven't used Claude 3.5, but with using that, it only took me like maybe 10 minutes or something. So I think that's a big use case, adding components to websites that you kind of created from the beginning to, yeah, be able to use this technology. Now let's just move on to the final use case I wanted to show you today. And that is going to be some cool data visualization you can create using Claude 3.5 Sonnet artifacts. So I went to this website here. I found some data about software development job postings in Indeed in the US in the last 4 years, I think. And yeah, you can kind of see the curve here. So I just clicked on download. I downloaded the .csv file for this. Let me show you how this looks. So here we have the .csv for this. We have the date and we have the number of job listings, right? So you can see there's about 2,600 something entries here. So if we go back to Claude now, you can see I uploaded the CSV file here and I went with the prompt. I uploaded the data of numbers of software engineer job listings in US since May 2020. I need a visual creative graph that shows the trends from this data. Also write a short summary of the trend. Can you create a React component using the standard library to create this for my presentation? And this was the first version we ended up with. It's not bad, it's pretty good. So you can see it kind of just, if you look at the code here, it didn't include all the data points, but it kind of picked out the most important one that kind of shows the trend the most, like, so you can see it goes up and it goes down again. So I thought that was pretty clever, not to make the code too big, right? I followed up with add another section of the component with your thoughts around the reason for this trend. So if you go to version 2, you can see we get some more information here down about what it thinks is the actual cause of this trend in job listings, right? Okay, that was pretty cool. So I followed up with add more visualization pleasing style like dark mode and more interesting graphics. So the third version was this. And now you can see we have this dark mode graph here, but it wasn't perfect. You can see there's missing some stuff. So I just went ahead and I prompted it to the dark mode image is not perfect yet, see image, so I uploaded this. Fix the text visibility issues. Okay, so we tried to do that. Perfect, only thing left is to make the text on the graph X and Y axis white in dark mode. So the final version we ended up with was this one. So this looks pretty good if you ask me. We can switch between dark and light mode, right? Okay, that's pretty cool. And I think it looks very good. We also get this analysis of trend here and everything we kind of wanted. So yeah, that's a very good way to use artifacts if you ask me. One more thing that I just added here on Anthropic is that we can publish this. So I click on publish here and I get this link here. So I can just copy that. And let's say I wanted to include this, let's say in some kind of presentation. And then I can just have this as a link here in my presentation, right? And then we will be sent over here. And here we can kind of see our full version of the artifact, right? You can see the dark mode is working here. And yeah, pretty cool if you ask me. So I think this is a great use case of artifacts to create the visualizations of the different data points. Maybe you want to use in some kind of presentation, right? All the prompts I used today can be found in the GitHub link below, so go check that out. Also, don't forget my competition on my website where there's a $100 bounty if you can find the password. There are some people that already have cracked this, so don't miss your chance. You also find the link in the description. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great day. I'll see you on Wednesday.